So how excited were you on Saturday at the 2K Glimmers in the Snow uh 2K event? I think I said 2K twice, but who cares? It was a very important 2K.
It was our second 2K, and it was awesome. It was so good to see everybody come out. It's nice to see people that you normally only see at set champs, and our whole team was there, or almost our whole team was there. And yeah, it was a great time. I wish we could do more of them. Maybe not 2K level, but just more competitive tournaments. I was talking to Andrew after. I was like, this was probably the most competitive tournament thus far. There was a lot of top players there.
Yeah, top players, a lot of cool, fun, interesting decks. We had two decks in the tournament that topped the 80% spiciness meter on ink decks. So people were showing up to have a good time, but also to swing around some fun, exciting decks that perhaps you didn't see at your local meta.
Yeah, it was nice. We had people from Binghamton, New York, Syracuse, New York, Buffalo, New York, Rochester, New York, and Albany, New York, and we'll throw in Verona. Um, I thought it was awesome to see people that we from all across upstate New York come out and what ended up being a snowy, typical Syracuse December day. And it was very competitive, it moved quickly, I thought, for being a long day. I was the first of us three to leave, and I was there 10 hours from when I'd left the house. So it was a long, but it was an exciting day. Capped off by, was it a quick championship? I know we've got some talk. Andrew, you were able to speak with Eli or Elijah who won, but was it a quick finals? All of a sudden, Anthony said something about, "Oh, it's over. We should have been home by now." Um, what happened? I missed the finals. I had to go to a previous engagement, so I was supposed to be gone.
Amethyst Steel did Amethyst Steel things. Yeah, Eli played the deck really well. I think that's key. Is any deck I think can be good in this format right now, but you have to have reps on it and know what the deck plays and how it plays. And he did a great job of controlling the board and knowing when to use Strength of a Raging Fire, which is super important, and was able to just control out and get super lucky with having pieces at the right time. Cobra to finish out games, which he says in the interview didn't really occur in like the Swiss stage at all, but in finals, it's literally what won him the two games. He was able to get up to 18 or 19 lore and then had Cobra in hand to finish it out.
I hate that card when that happens because you forget. It's like you know it's there, but you're not thinking about it, and then all of a sudden you're like plotting how am I going to wipe his board and keep it myself in the game, and you make all these. You spend all this time thinking about this great move, and then they go, "Haha, I'm done. I got Cobra, and I'm gonna discard a card." It's always, at least that's how it always happens to me.
Yeah, had Matt challenged a character on his turn, Eli wouldn't have won that next turn. In theory, he could have won the following turn by having still enough lore on board and getting the Cobra on the following turn. But that was a in-game decision where you gotta hope he doesn't have it in the hand. Maybe that's the greedier play to try to eke out the win and control next turn. So who knows?
At that point, you got to play what you have and what you know, and luck of the draw. You never know what's gonna be on the top of that deck, and uh, so Danny, you're staring at us patiently.
Yeah, no, I was just waiting for you guys to stop talking because
I will
the
never stop talking. Come on, you know me better than that.
we got the full interview with Eli that we can go right into.
Here we are with Elijah. Congratulations, the winner of the Glimmers in the Snow 2K tournament.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. First question for you, Elijah. How's it feel?
It feels great.
Feels
It
great?
feels
Okay,
like,
yeah.
It feels, I feel rewarded for my deck decisions.
Really?
Mostly.
Okay. Well, talk to us more about that
Yeah,
deck
yeah,
decisions, because I'm an Amethyst Steel player right now. Played it last set, been
Yeah.
playing it this set, so and very similar lists. So I'm curious, what were those deck decisions that you feel proud of today?
So last night I had finally decided that I was gonna come, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't really want to be in the car for 2 hours and then show up and have my deck fail on me. So I tested the 1-drop Diablo and the 3-drop Elsa. And it felt like it just smoothed out all of the hands, and like playing Diablo on the first turn in like certain contexts of certain hands makes it so you can play Cobra and get the value off the 2 lore, and then also if they challenge in, you get another card, so maybe you don't have to play Doc right away, so you can like keep digging for your Demonas. So it kind of smoothed it out, and I think that was seen in the games against Blue Steel, and especially in my games against Cody earlier in the day. I don't think I would have won those games without the 3-drop Elsa.
Yeah, and let's talk about that 3-drop Elsa for a moment, actually, because it's something that when it first we saw this set, I was like, great. It doesn't really do much for us. It's a 1/3, doesn't have evasive, but draws you a card. And on curve, in Amethyst Steel especially, you love to get that extra card because you're always looking for those moments, which came in key today, of being able to discard with Cobra. And so to have those additional options.
Cobra came up a lot more today than it ever has in my testing, and I'm assuming that is just because I have more cards in my hand. So I'm not just playing him flat out. I also feel like when people see Elsa on 3 as a 1/3, they're like, oh no, I'm not going to use a Strength or a Zeus on that. And then you just get your thing that sits there and can sing Strength later. It feels really good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as threatening, so I'm going to leave it on the board and deal with something else.
And then it ends up punishing them.
Meanwhile, big brain move there. Love it from you. So talk to me then about this. You made the decision to come last night for the tournament, and here you're winning. So how does that feel then?
I have been testing a lot because I'm going to be going to Richmond.
Heck yeah, we'll see you in Richmond. Love it.
It's going to be a great time. But I was testing like Blurple and Blue Steel and Purple Steel, and I wasn't super confident in this list, but I loved the consistency of the Doc and Demona and Hades, and I love the way that Hades plays. But when I was playing Blurple, it doesn't play the same. And then, so last night, we were talking about it, and I was just like, yeah, I think I'm just going to go Purple Steel. And then that's what ultimately made me end up on the decision I just need to smooth this out, and then I'll feel good on the deck. Okay. Because I was talking to Ivan earlier, and he was like, yeah, you got to do what's right for your play style. And I knew the way I had the deck built was not my play style. So I just changed it, and obviously I did pretty well with that. So
well, obviously you won, right? And I think that speaks to the meta right now too. So we've seen Amethyst Steel obviously took today's tournament. We saw it won the last DLC event, but all of the bigger tournaments have been happening. We've seen a variety of decks win, even some spicy decks like the OTK. Amber Amethyst match. So how do you feel about the current meta if you went back to Amethyst Steel for this?
I think it is still a good decision. I think it's a very strong deck. I think there are certain things, like I don't think the green-blue matchup is that great. It just happened to work in my favor. And I happened to win a good amount of die rolls today, which gave me a little leeway. But I would definitely pick Purple Steel again.
Purple Steel again, yeah.
Yeah, I think the other option at this point might be blue-green. I love Blurple, but it just hasn't been giving me everything I want. But that monster deck is cool.
Yeah, monster deck, love to see when the combo happens out. No one played it today. We would have forced anyone to play the combo out just to make sure it gets done right. None of this, it does, it just works. Trust me, bro, I won.
And I think the meta overall is pretty healthy. Like the fact that that deck came up and did something is very cool. That this random deck that we kind of knew about was able to sneak through. And then you do have like 3 top decks. You have Purple Steel, Blurple, which I still think is kind of top, and Green Blue. But then you have these decks that are lower, like the Blue Steel, but they're not that much lower, and it makes a very good dynamic where you can outskill your opponents sometimes, and it feels good. I think the meta feels good. We have been in a similar meta for a long time, so maybe that's what people have a problem with.
Well, and it's interesting too to see kind of where the directions of things go, right? Because the meta evolves, it seems, and it kind of solidifies as we reach the end. But we've got a whole another month, basically, of playing through the set until February. So where do you see things maybe developing or changing along the way as we approach not just Richmond, but the end of the set meta?
I think green-blue is going to be targeted because I think people think that's the best deck. We need to find a way around this, which is valid. Like, that deck is very good and the board wipe is very good, but they, like you saw today, they have to find their pieces.
Yeah, you miss those pieces, you don't get to do the things.
So I don't know if people will move towards more consistent decks or things that specifically target that. I really want a discard deck to come up because if you just strip the pieces from their hand, that's probably pretty good. But you also don't want to discard their cards when they have Clarabelle on board because they'll just draw back up. So it's iffy, but I do want to see a discard deck. And I think this purple-green aggro is really good, and I would like to see that develop more.
Purple-green aggro. I don't think anyone played it today. We definitely had purple-green, but not that super fast with the item that allows you, when you play 2 cards, you gain a lore.
You gain a lore, yeah.
It's been very annoying.
It's a very interesting deck, and I think that is a tough matchup for Purple Steel.
Oh, yeah.
And Blurple. It just feels like it's pretty good into most things. And if Green-Blue doesn't find its pieces, it's probably okay. I haven't tested it, though, but maybe I will. Maybe I'll bring it to Richmond.
We'll see. We'll find out there. So last question, since this was also Infinity Weekend, have you got a chance to play any Infinity yet?
I have not.
Playing tomorrow?
I mean, what time is it right now? We have an event at our local store.
Are you going to make it?
6:20. Ooh.
Out to Buffalo? I don't know if that's going to happen tonight for you.
I would really like to play just some broken things, like Green Steel. I know discard, don't hate me. Yeah, I have a mushroom in my hand too.
That's your trophy. Show off that. I don't know if we've shown it to the... there's our prize for the winners. They're 1 and 2 got a mushroom.
I appreciate this a lot.
It's great, love it. But back to Infinity,
right.
So...
Green Steel is very broken, but I think Max Goof probably does stuff for that deck that is very interesting.
Oh, sure.
With, like, strength and sudden chill, then getting the draws off of Prince John, like, that's probably pretty good. So I just want to test it. It seems like fun things to test, even if it's not, like, a super competitive format. I know we're having the DLC for it, but just testing things for a little, having a little fun.
Yeah, have you played much Infinity? Just like
I have
as a side?
not.
And that's what I hear from most players, is that we're so heavy on like the core constructed format that we don't get Infinity. But I'm glad we had this weekend, and as you pointed out, there's going to be a DLC that's just all Infinity.
Yeah, I think once people are forced to engage with the format, they will, and then I think they'll like playing with their broken cards.
Yeah, it's fun to play with broken cards. We miss the days of the Bucky and all of that stuff. The Diablo, bring him back, you know. All right, well, Elijah, I think that's all.
If Diablo back.
Well, at least in Infinity form, you'll get it there, right?
Broken cards.
Elijah, thank you for coming today. Congratulations on winning. You did have some fans out there, so anything you want to say to your fans out there in the Twitch world?
Thank you, fans. 6'7".
Oh, goodness. And there it is. Well, on that note, folks, I think that's where we end the stream. So once again, thank you for coming, Elijah.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on the win, and hopefully we'll see you at the next one, and we'll see you in Richmond.
So we're in the holiday season, and with the holiday season and the new year, starting to think what's coming up for next year. And as I sit here and look, evidently more light in this office is one thing I need. But beyond that, I'm going to throw at you guys. What are you looking for Christmas from Lorcana, or, as Winter Spell? We know down the road Pixar's coming. I think everyone's getting wicked excited for that. But what are you looking for deck-wise, card-wise, game-wise? And Andrew, I can see the answer waiting to shoot out of your mouth, so I'm going to you first.
I'm ready for it. I've been looking forward to this since it was announced, I think like a year ago now, that Pocahontas is coming in 2026 to Lorcana. It's one of my favorite underrated Disney movies. It came out at an interesting time in the Disney life cycle of things, and I look forward to seeing how it gets interpreted in the world of Lorcana. I have a feeling that a certain song, maybe Colors of the Wind, will be featured as hopefully some kind of very expensive card that I will never pull. But, who can be so lucky in our group of friends to pull such cards?
Sorry, I'm getting a cold.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
going
yeah,
around
yeah.
this time of
And
year.
if they leave out Colors of the Wind, I'd be blown away. It seems like it's gotta be some card. What's it gonna be like? Could it be like a whole new world type replacement, right? I mean, we don't have a whole new world anymore, and you see something where it's gonna change the whole thing. I don't know. I don't really know Pocahontas that well, and to be honest, I don't think I've ever seen it. I sound like a terrible Disney fan, especially because everyone I know that's seen it loves it.
Yeah, I think you need to watch it now.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
have to do a watch party, I guess. It's funny that you mention a whole new world because that is what I'm wishing for Christmas. I believe, or I want to hope, I'm telling myself this, that maybe a whole new world will get reprinted in Winter Spell, and then it'll make the promos that we all just got this weekend for Infinity Weekend usable again outside of the Infinity format. It's cool to be able to play them in Infinity, but also I feel like the where we are in the meta right now, especially with blue-green decks taking a really long time to get set up, a whole new world could help punish those decks.
That's fair, and I will be completely honest. I had two things, and I've been thinking about this because before I told you guys this, I was thinking about this earlier today, and one of them was just given by Danny. That is actually was my top of my list. A whole new world also because Amber Steel, Steel Song. I mean, everyone that has heard me talk, this is what I love to play. It's my favorite deck. I've been struggling since the rotation because it's been gone, so I would love to see that. That was the first one. The second thing I'd love to see gets away from IP or game cards and gets more into the DLCs. I'd like to see them become more accessible in many ways. Um, 2,000 people seems like a lot, but the grand scheme of things is not. We know so many people that strike out in trying to get passes, and I'm going to pick on Andrew because he seems to get to go all the time, but not even, but like, if you have 2,048 or whatever they have going, tickets available, there's a good 75 people that are like locked up that are going to be there or whatever it is that are getting passes no matter what. So you're already cutting that list down. I love how was it Bologna or one of them in Europe? They're doing 2 days. There's a Friday event, a Saturday event. I thought that was a great way to double the number of people who are there. Um, and being a huge football slash soccer fan, the world football, and someone who is excited because he's got World Cup tickets. I loved how they did that draw. My lights are just messed up. My lighting. That I put my name in a drawing, and I had like a month, and then they send something out, and I was actually playing Lorcana at a local game store when I found out I got access to go buy tickets. And so it wasn't time based. It was really beneficial as you had a time period. And there's actually right now, World Cup wise, you've got a month to go in and request tickets, and then they'll let you know later. And it's not time based, it's random from there. You don't have issues. This one, I decided to use the web and not the mobile. The mobile worked great, the web didn't. My previous experience with Eventbrite was the web worked better than the mobile, non-Lorcana based. So I'd love to see them fix that so it just gets more accessible to people because the more people who can go, when you do it at 11 o'clock, you're not getting many 10-year-olds can go, right? Or 15-year-olds because they're all in school. So you just trying to make it more accessible to more people. And that's what I hope they can deliver on. I believe they went to the smaller cities because there's space. Someone told me at our tournament this weekend that there's 3 other events going on in Richmond that weekend, so they couldn't expand it. So maybe they're at the point where they can go to the big cities again. Uh, and so that's my wish list for next year. Just maybe it's because I haven't been able to go yet, but also want to see more people there. Like you get more people out and playing so we can discover the better players or the American Idol type thing, right? Like the guy you just didn't know about, who didn't know, but now we can find them. And a whole new world. Give me a whole new world back. You see, I made both of your get. I made Andrews about a whole new world. You brought up a whole new world, and I kept back to it to mine. Obviously, it's a huge wish for me.
Top of mind.
Man, it's awesome. It was such a great card, and for all the reasons you had. You weren't in it. I gotta be honest. The other thing, be prepared. A type of card like that, that's a game changer too. Ruby's gone away since it went away. You know.
Yeah.
it was such a deadly card. I gotta make sure I get what I can before turn 7, and it's or until they get Ink 7. With that, does that wrap us up for the year? Maybe. Maybe we'll come back.
For now, yeah.
At least for the
Hopefully.
day.
Yeah. I think so. Andrew, did you have anything else to say?
I got nothing.
Happy questing.
Happy questing.